Small things like these, Claire Keegan, which made it on the long list of the Booker Prize. Then on the short list, I think. And if it were to win, would have been the shortest novel to win it. Second. No. The shortest it would have been. The second shortest would have been Offshore. Now it still is. Offshore won the Booker Prize some time ago. We learn from the beginning, and there's some details at the end too, or I'm confused. It's dedicated to the women and children who suffered time in Ireland's mother and baby homes and Magdalene laundries. And it's impressive. I haven't read the winner, writer something from Sri Lanka, and I don't know if I will. It sounds strange in subject. Somebody who died and then he's investigating his own murder or something like that. Reminding me of Lincoln and the Barber. Not in the mood for that foreseeable future, really. I mean, sounds like quite a bit depressing subject. So, which is not, I mean, this is not without its drama. On the contrary. We have this character who is on his own feet now. And, he has been through trauma. His mother had fallen pregnant at the age of 16, and she was working as a domestic for Mrs. Wilson, a Protestant widow. This is Ireland we're talking about, I mentioned in the beginning. And although the community family rejected this woman, the mother, Mrs. Wilson kept her on instead of firing, and that's what saved it. And we're getting to the point where I killed this bird, where the central character has to face his own dilemma. He finds he's providing coal throughout the community, and he's well known. He has connections, but these can be jeopardized. Furlong is a name. He had been jeered and called ugly names as an orphan when he was a boy, and now he was known for getting along and could be relied upon. Protestant habits, rising early, no taste for drink. His wife is Eileen, and he has 5 daughters. When he was engaged, Mrs. Wilson gave him a few £1,000s. Now at this nun's place, he meets a young woman who wants to commit suicide. She's so traumatized, she's been so much abused, that she wants to commit suicide. And the question now is, will he help? And if he does, what will be the consequences? The nuns have he's one, have an excessive power, and they can work in the community, make it so that he's losing the business, and he has those 5 daughters. So it's a very intense dilemma. Not a dilemma in the end, because maybe our central character he will act, but still people are faced with this. What do I do? Should I shut up? Also on the global level, come to think of it, China must be rejected for what it does in Hong Kong, what it wants to do in Taiwan, where they keep sending warships, and they had a blockade, and they clearly will move on to invade. Xinjiang, and so on. List is long. South China Sea. It's called it a few days ago. She's called it Trudeau or Canada. It was in the papers. We are democracy. The papers have to know. The people have to know what we do. It's not. but there are many questions. I mean, what will happen? I mean, if trade dies, with Putin, how far can you try and push back the monster? What if he sets off the nuclear weapons, which he threatened repeatedly? So you have these questions, but this one, small things like these matter. Was it possible that the part of him was shining forth? I'm looking at the notes I put on the phone from this wonderful, wonderful book. He would pay for it, but never had he known a happiness akin to this, doing good. His mother might have ended up in that place, a world of trouble waiting. But the worst was also behind, the thing not done, which could have been. And then at the ESR we have this last Magdalene Laundry closed in 1996, so recently. It's not known how many girls and women were concealed, incarcerated, and forced to labor. 10,000 is modest estimate, 30,000 probably more accurate. 9,000 children died in only 18 institutions investigated. And the Times said this is one of the top 50 works of fiction published in the 21st century. Wonderful, wonderful book. Short but spectacular.